Hey guys, out here, got a moment to come out here and shoot. The weather's finally cooled down. Getting ready for an upcoming deer hunt of my own, which I'll have, I don't know, 6 or 8 days to hunt, mainly by myself. I'm gonna try to put it on the vlog here, but coming out with my 300 PRC, and I just double checked zero because it's been in and out of the truck several times. And right now I'm going to put one downrange at 528 from the prone position. I'll tilt it up here. I've got the new P234 OG bipod. Shoot one at 528, see if I can ring the gong, and then from there I'll probably move back to, I don't know, 750, 850 yards, somewhere in there. So real talk here, first shot, I shot 1.5 inches high, roughly that's an 8-inch gong, so if I was holding center, roughly 5.5 inches high at 529. So I dial it down to 8 MOA, still held 2 MOA for wind, and obviously the result was I hit the gong. I'm not sure exactly where, but I hit the gong. And so I just wanted to share that with you because as the distance gets further, your flaws, your equipment's flaws, the anxiety of the hunt, all that compounds. So I hear a lot of guys talking about I can shoot 1,000 yards, and a lot of guys, you know, there's a lot of people making long distance shots, and I'm not against that. That's why I've had this gun built. Probably got $7,000 into this gun between scope, rings, and the, you know, everything, the gun itself, not counting loads and bipod, and I haven't killed anything with it, but you know, I want to be able to shoot something that's, you know, 700, 800, 900 yards, you know, maybe potentially 1,000. Not that I condone that. As somebody that's very into making a clean, quick kill, knowing your effective range, and right now with this gun, where I'm at is, you know, I would like to be under 700 yards. If I happen to make a subpar shot and I need to shoot an animal a little bit further, I have the ability. And again, this isn't a prone, calm situation here where I'm relaxed. I did get a shot off downrange first, so I videotaped it so I could see where I hit. So I was able to see, you know, if my dope was off, or potentially with me, but I believe it was, you know, I was just a little bit high on my dope. It could have been, some of it could have been me. But my point to this is just know your effective range, and just because you have somebody build a gun, or you have a ROKSTEDi bipod, or you know, you're shooting prone or whatever, somebody you borrow a gun, does not mean your effective range is the range that equipment can perform at. And keep in mind, you have atmospheric conditions, you have the nerves, the excitement, the adrenaline of the hunt, the shot. All that takes place, the weather, as far as how cold you are. I've been in cold weather situations where it's hard to be steady just because you're freezing to death and sitting on an animal for half a day. Not bullshitting you guys, not out here showing you guys how great I can shoot, but talking about effective range. And again, this is in the prone position. If I'm shooting from a seated position, you know, my effective range is going to be more like, you know, 300-400 yards, unless I have rear support with my pack or a tripod, and then I might extend it out to, you know, 500-600 yards. But it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. People just going out there and having somebody roll in their gun and telling them it can shoot 1,000 yards. That's what causes a lot of animals to get wounded and get away. And I hate to see that in this industry. I care about the long-term longevity of being able to hunt for future generations, and I'm not against long-range shooting. I actually really enjoy it, but there has to be some sort of personal moral ethics and code that we as hunters have to bring into it. So get out there and practice, learn your effective range, shoot from different positions, not just a prone position, not just a bench. I see a lot of guys doing that. You know, most of the shots in the field on rutting animals, obviously with predators, coyotes and whatnot, they're going to be from a seated, maybe even a kneeling position. And then obviously you can get prone. That's the most stable position to be in. But a lot of times you have ground vegetation and that animal doesn't give a crap if you want to get prone, you know. So anyway, I'm going to back up here and put another one downrange at 700 or 800 yards. Okay, so that's what the Kestrel's reading. We're 738. Gong is turned, so it's about half of what it should be. Blew some of the branches that it was hanging from off, or blew it off the branches, so it's going to be a little bit trickier. I'll cut myself some slack here, but you guys see what the dope was, and let's see if we can ring some steel here. That was it. That was one shot at 738, 739. I held less wind than what the Kestrel called for because it felt like it just laid down just a touch. Held 1.5 on that. Pretty good follow-up there. Again, I can't preach enough. Make sure you're shooting from different positions, not just prone. I like to, once I get everything dialed in, I like to just shoot a few times, no different than what I used to be like with archery equipment, and just make sure that everything is dialed cold bore or as close to cold as can be, and kind of like hunting, you know, situations as far as just with what I have as far as jacket, rear support. I love to use rear support because I'm not that damn good as far as, you know, putting as many rounds down range as a lot of guys out there that shoot competitively. So I'm just a hunting guy that loves to hunt and loves to, you know, shoot and all that crap. So, but I feel pretty good about that. Make sure you set everything back down to 0. We're at 0 there. And your parallax. I always set mine at 100 and call it a night. It's finally cooling down here in Arizona, and I love this P234 OG bipod. On that one, I'm going to turn it around here. We'll come right here and show you the legs aren't square. Able to do that with this OG, and it just enabled me to get my body lower. See there, great tension on it, be able to level up and get my cant right. And I just really love the OG bipods, but I know a lot of guys like the HKs, but for me, if I have a choice, I'm running the OG. For some of you, it might be price, it might be, you know, whatever. It might be simpler, the HKs, but the OGs, I always love them. So.